Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Dallas Stars franchise mode. So, in last episode, we kind of had a bittersweet end to the season as we took on Germany in the first round of playoffs. I'll show you guys quickly a little bit of a recap. So, all the way back here in April, as you can see, we had a series with Germany. We lost the first 3 games, but then we won 3 straight, and it looked like we could win the series. But unfortunately, we lost in overtime by a score of 2-1 in Game 7. So we almost had a historic comeback for the ages, but unfortunately, we just could not get it done. And yeah, we're already into the offseason, which sucks because this team won the Stanley Cup a couple years ago, but we haven't been able to make it past the first round in the last 2. So hopefully this upcoming season or the season afterwards, we could start getting back to like the conference finals or so. Anyways, the good thing about also the playoff run that we had though is our young guys were producing. Trevor Wong had 5 assists in 7 games, but our old guys like Mike Modano for some reason were really struggling. Like I think he only had like 2 or 3 points in that 7 games. So I don't know what the future is for Mike Modano, but I would like to keep him here as long as possible. So anyways, let's get to the draft. We still have to see the retirements because we did not actually check the retirements in last episode, as well as these draft lottery results. So Chicago has the first overall pick this year, which kind of sucks because they were a good team last year, but they lost Ed Belfour, I'm pretty sure, to in free agency. So probably that's why they missed the playoffs. Finland gets number 2. Detroit has number 3. Yikes. 2 teams in our division have top 3 picks. Hopefully those guys aren't too good. Czech Republic has 4, and San Jose has number 5 from Russia. And they also have number 6. That's interesting. Never seen teams with back-to-back picks in the top 10. Okay. So owner goals, we failed our concession ones. Okay, don't care about that. Okay, so we should be seeing the retirements shortly, I think. Yep. Okay, let's see if we have a lot of retirements this year or not. So let's start by, I guess we'll just go by forwards. So Mark Messier decides to hang them up already, which is pretty early on, I think, in comparison, because in real life, I'm pretty sure he played till like 2004. And I'm pretty sure we're technically in like not even the 2000s yet at this stage, I think. Or we might be close to it. Yari Curry also retires. Thomas Steen, Paul Coffey, John Shabbat, Kelly Kissio, Anatoly Semenov. Neil Broughton does decide to retire, so we do lose Broughton, which is kind of good because we do have young guys that could be taking his spot. So best of luck in retirement, Neil Broughton. That means we're going to have a new captain next year, which is probably going to be, we're going to follow the realistic suit, so either Hatcher or Medano, I think. We don't have a guy that's like Brendan Morrow yet, though. There's all his playoff stats as well. At least he got 1 Stanley Cup. Patrick Sundstrom retires. Matt Snaslund. That was Chris Valentine. I thought it was Chris Van de Velde that said, but Chris Valentine retires. Dave Lowry, Guy Carbonneau, Glenn Hockborn, a lot of guys. Thomas Janssen, Glenn Anderson retires. Not as good as he was in real life. Arto Yavinen, Kevin Lowe also retires with us. So we traded for him to try and get him another Stanley Cup, but unfortunately that doesn't happen, and he ends up retiring at 40 years old. Joe Sorella retires. Dale Hunter retires. Dale Krentz retires. And Mike Krishalinsky. Damn, there's tons of guys in the AHL, it seems like. Charlie Huddy. Rasmus Dahlin. That's funny because I lowered his potential a lot, so he retires early on. Al Conroy retires. And I think that's it for current. Actually, there's Vency Sebic as well. He didn't play that much. Joe Koser as well. And Todd Ewan, a couple enforcers retiring at 33 years old and 34. Anybody else? Craig Muni also retires. Craig Muni didn't even play that much. He only played 1 season. Sean Cronin retires. And I think that should be it. Nope. Craig Ludwig, our former player, we let him go, didn't we, right? I think we let him go. Yeah, we let him go, and then he signed in Pittsburgh, and then he didn't play again. Interesting. A lot of AHL guys, it seems like. as well. Justin Dowling already retires in the AHL as well, so we lost a good AHL player, which kind of sucks. Okay, so let's take a look at goalies. Any big goalie retirements? Mike Vernon retires with 15 shutouts, a nice record as well. He retires a bit early as well. John Casey retires. Andy Moog, our former goaltender, retires with the Vancouver Canucks, but I don't think he played any games with them. No, he played in Utica for his final season, and he had a pretty good last season as well in the AHL, looks like. Did he make it to the finals? He might have made it to the finals. I don't think so, though. But he still had a really good season in Utica. Kelly Rudy, Nicholas Svedberg, okay, and that's it. So Kelly Rudy, Andy Moog, John Casey, and Mike Vernon are the only goalies that retire. So a pretty decent retirement pool. We lost a lot more created players. And in coach retirements, did we lose anybody? I don't think so. Anybody for Texas? Nope. Okay, we did not lose a single coach, which is good. We're not going to do draft interviews because this thing always seems to make my game crash, so I'm not going to do that. Okay, so let's take a quick save at this, and then we will get into the draft already. Not sure what we're going to be going for, really, if we need a forward or defenseman. Probably defenseman, because a lot of our defensemen are currently older, so we should probably get some more defensive prospects. We only have, like, Taves at the moment, which is a top 4 prospect. So Chicago's got number 1. Where are we? We should be probably pretty early still. Yep, 17th. Okay. Because we just barely made the playoffs too, I think, at that stage. Okay. So San Jose's actually, wow. San Jose's got 3 first-round picks. They got, like, one that they went, that's all the way in, like, 31st or 30th. And then they also got 5th and 6th. So they're going to probably make a trade, or maybe they'll pick some really good players. So let's see what happens here. So Chicago is going to take at number 1 Bobrovsky, right-wing sniper, 84 overall. Let's take a look at what this guy looks like. Looks pretty good already. He's got 93 shooting across the board. And then Finland at number 2 is going to take Kapitanov. That guy could have been a first overall pick in any year, 83 overall. So pretty good draft so far. And then at number 3, Detroit takes Lapierre, 83 overall center sniper. That's pretty good as well. Yeah, this is a really deep draft for the first 3 so far. Czech Republic at number 4 takes an 83 as well. Damn, I've never seen 4 players go that are all above 83. So Budaj goes to Czech Republic, and San Jose at number 5 is going to take an 81 in Yolonen. So pretty deep draft for the top 5. Hopefully we could get a steal at number 17. And wow, there's still 77s going. Damn. Holy, this is a really deep draft for the most part. There's a lot of good steals, it seems like. Okay, so let's see what we could get at 17th. See if we could steal anybody. Hopefully a defenseman. So there's some forwards, but we don't really need forwards. McChesney still looks enticing. 2 years away as well. Yeah, I'm probably going to take McChesney. These guys also look pretty good, and they both have 2 years away as well. So this one's probably like a 60-something. Drake's probably like a 70-something because he's got 2 years away. And then same with McChesney. Bob Hayes has no info. Stewart has 3 years away, so he's probably a top 6. There's a defenseman, but he's probably a top 4, but not that good. Do we want a power forward looking guy? Let's just see. A, B, C, C, B, 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 A, C, B. It looks like Keith Drake's better. And he's a lot smaller, that's the only problem. Let's just take a look at his stats in the WHL. 80 points in 69 games. While McChesney had how much points? 10 points in 47 games, but in Finland. I think I'm going to go with Drake because he's smaller. He could be a good speedster. He could be like a future, Brendan. Actually, this guy could be like a Brendan Morrow type of idea because Brendan Morrow was kind of like a power forward, I think. Do I want to bring in Gordon McChesney then? But he might not have 2 years. No, I'm not going to take McChesney. I'm just going to take Drake. See how good he is. Keith Drake, welcome aboard. And he's a 70 overall top 6 forward, so pretty good pick in terms of overall. But is McChesney better? Let's just see if McChesney is better first. Hopefully he's not. I'm going to try and get the entire offseason done in this episode. That way we could start the season in next episode. So where is this McChesney guy? 64 overall, top 6. So I think we made the right choice. Let's actually take a quick look at Drake's individual attributes. Definitely more offensively minded. More of a passer than a shooter. But still pretty good across the board. Excited for him. He's probably going to be... Yeah, he's not going to get signed yet. Well, he will get signed, but he won't come over to the AHL yet because he was playing in the WHL, right? So, okay, so in our second round pick, we're probably not going to make all our picks. I might just sim the rest of the draft once it gets to a weaker stage. Wells could be a power forward and could be elite. 3 years away. He's definitely a top 6. You know what? This guy could be like the Brendan Morrow of the future. So we're going to take him. Jake Wells, welcome to Dallas. Hopefully he is a top 6 forward at least. Yep, he is 63 overall. That guy could have been a first rounder in any other draft, but pretty excited for this guy. He could be, like I said, a Brendan Morrow type of idea. Maybe a bit better than Brendan Morrow because power forwards seem to score a lot more. And I don't even know really what to assume Brendan Morrow as a player. If you guys are Dallas Stars fans, you could let me know, maybe, if he's close enough to him. We should probably take a defenseman. I have no idea anything about this guy. But we'll take him anyways. Ladislav Mikis from Czech Republic, it looks like. Yep. Top 6D, okay. Nothing too special, but he could be something, maybe like a depth guy. And yeah, let's do one more pick and then make sure there's no like steals for later rounds, and then we'll auto sim. A potential low top 4, but there's also a potential low elite. 4 years away, he could be a low elite. Yeah, we're going to take Casey Christensen. He's a right-handed D as well, which there's not a lot of, so we'll take him. And he's a low top 60, so not very good, but whatever. And yeah, let's auto sim the rest of the draft, see if the computer can snag us up anything. Because like I said, I want to get the offseason done in this episode, even if it is a bit longer, just because that way we could start up the season in the next episode and all that. Okay, so we also got Ekman Larson, Agon, and Matt McLeod. Okay, I thought that's in some other last name, but McLeod. Okay. Hopefully we got some good guys in terms of overalls or potentials. Okay, so we have coaches to re-sign, which is our associate and our assistant coach. Hopefully they re-sign with us. No, you're not being the head coach. You'll be the associate coach. Hopefully we won't have a lot of scouts to re-sign. And an assistant coach. Pump you up a bit too. There you go. If they don't sign with us, it's going to suck, but whatever. Okay. And we don't actually have any scouts to re-sign this year, which is a good sign, because then we don't have to keep on seeing all of the scouts getting re-signed. Okay, so now let's get into the contracts. So we have Anton Lundell to re-sign, so he's our big guy. He doesn't actually want to re-sign with us, which is weird, but we're still going to give him multiple years, because he's pretty much our future top center, I think, or like maybe a second line center. So we'll give him a 3-year deal at $5 million. Stenquist will re-sign all these RFAs just for the AHL, just because they could end up being depth guys in the NHL at some point, just because of how weird this build is. And there we go. In terms of goalies, Nabokov needs a contract. I will give you a 3-year deal at, yeah, we'll give you 3 years at 6. And Vokun as our backup is going to get, yeah, we can give you $700K. I'm fine with that for an 81. Unsigned guys, do we want to sign anybody? Simic. When did we draft this guy? I don't even remember. 5th round. Okay, he's a high fringe starter. It's interesting. So Drake is going to get his first contract, but he's not going to come over yet. Street, no. Yeah, the rest of these guys probably I won't sign. When did we draft Johnson last year? 1st round. Yeah, he's not ready yet anyways, but okay. Yeah, we do have a good prospect pool, looks like. Any Steel Sigbeer guys doesn't look like it. unfortunately. Let's go to UFA signings. So we do have quite a bit of UFAs to re-sign. A lot of them are older guys. So we could go through a bit of a rebuild stage if these guys don't come back. So we're going to release some of those draft prospects. We'll try and get these AHL guys back just because the AHL needs some solid veterans. And Bergevin we're definitely not getting back because he dropped off a cliff. Just like he does with his GM stuff. And Calderon will get you back as well for the AHL. Okay, so in terms of the NHL, we have a lot of older guys. I'm going to let go of Isabelle and Stapleton for now. Just because they're both depth guys, I'm pretty sure, and they're both like 33, so might as well let them go for now. Scott Pearson will get back for 1 year, fourth liner. And then we'll get Mike Craig as well back for a 1-year deal if possible. Those guys don't want to even come back. Hopefully they do that. Matt Tkachuk is still a pretty solid piece, but he wants a lot of money. But I'm okay with giving him a bit more money than he wants. 4.4 for 2. Brent Gilchrist is still an interesting guy. I don't know if bringing him back though. Scott Young I want to bring back for 1 year at like $3 million, maybe a bit over that. Yeah, this might be a bit of a long episode, and I apologize ahead of time. Cavallini, solid defenseman, will give you 1 year as well, just because of your age. Dave Gagne, we kind of lost a bit where he was. He's listed as a second liner still, but we've been playing him on like the third line, but I'll still give him a 1 year deal. Trent Clodd, I would still like to keep at least for 1 more year. Yeah, a lot of these guys probably won't want to come back, which kind of sucks, because if that is the case, we might end up going into a bit of a rebuild. Greg Adams is probably going to drop off a bit, but we'll give him a 1 year deal. And we'll also give not a 3 year deal to, just a 1 year deal to Courtnall. And same as Zalapsky. Most of these guys I'm just going to keep giving 1 year deals to because of their age, because you never know when they're going to retire. Okay, so let's just advance a day soon, I think. Yeah, we'll advance a day. See if we get any of those guys back. If any of them reject, though, then we might end up having to let them go. Let's just quickly go through this. I feel like a lot of them actually decided to resign. Yep, wow, a lot of them actually decided to resign. That's kind of surprising. And Lundell did not accept. It's weird when RFAs want to test free agency. I rarely have that happen, but he'll be still an RFA at the end of this 3 year term, so after that we'll probably sign him long term if he wants to actually stay with us. So I still want Mike Craig back just because of the fact he is only 28. He's one of the younger guys that I made. So we'll give him 1 year at 2.3. And then Pearson, 1 year at 2.5. I'm fine with overpaying a bit for these guys. And Brent Gilchrist as well, I'll bring you back for now, but you might be trade bait. See if we can get those guys. And then goalies, nobody, any RFA goalies. Yeah, we still have Nabokov and Vokun as well to resign. I don't know why these RFAs just don't want to re-sign, it seems like, in this roster build. So we'll give you 3. Actually, when those 3 years ends, he would be a UFA. So we'll give him a 2 year deal. Just because they're all his, yeah, he wouldn't be an RFA anymore, which would suck. Because then he probably won't come back. And then Vokun didn't accept this, but we'll give him 1.4 as a backup. See if they both accept that. Okay, so I think they accepted it. Yep, so we got all those guys back, which is good, and we got all our UFAs. So we pretty much got everybody back, except for we did let go of Stapleton, and who was the other one? Isabelle. I think we pretty much got everybody else back there. Let's sim to free agency, and then we're going to take a look at what we have currently on our roster, and then we will make our decisions in sign players if we need to. We probably need to sign at least a depth forward, I would assume, and maybe a depth defenseman, because we did also have those retirements to factor in of Neil Broughton and Kevin Lowe. So let's take a look at what we got here currently. So in terms of centers, what do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we got a good amount of centers. 5, 6, 7, 8 in terms of left wingers. 9, 10, 11 in terms of right wingers. So we could definitely use one more like dressed forward and then one more depth guy. So let me just quickly write that down so I don't forget. Okay, and then in terms of our defensive core, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we need a 6th and a 7th. So we also need a top defenseman. We'll just put D-man. 1 D and 1 depth D. And then we're good on goaltending, so yeah, so we need only like pretty much 1 forward, 1 defenseman, and then both of them we need also 1 depth guy for. So let's sign for some free agents in this episode since we're already at like 22 minutes. I probably won't sim to the start of next season yet. I'll probably do that at like in next episode, and then I'll also show you guys the rest of the free agent signings in next episode too, just to kind of make it all still end around like 26 minutes or so. So in terms of defensemen, Al McInnes is available, but he only wants 1 year. That would be really good to bring Al McInnes in, but does he even fit our scheme that well? He fits all defensive pairings, it looks like. I don't usually like cheating the system and signing the best free agent possible. I wouldn't mind seeing Al McInnes sign in St. Louis instead. Let's just see who else is interested in him currently. Nobody is. I'm going to sign Al McInnes, I think, for a 1-year deal. He's going to be the guy that's our roster player. You don't usually see a guy like that available. And then we need 1 depth defenseman, because I think this team definitely has the potential to win a Stanley Cup, but it depends on if our defense can play better and our goaltending. Okay, so we need 1 depth defenseman. We could actually just sign a top 60. That's probably going to drop off like Hauda. Yeah, we'll sign Hauda maybe for 1 year. Okay, so 1 year for Hauda as our depth defenseman. So we got our 2 defensemen that we want to re-sign or sign in free agency. And then we need a forward. So let's go to forwards. So we need 1 dressed forward. Some good guys available, but I'm not going to sign any good guys pretty much. Shane Corson actually did play in Dallas around this time, I think, but I'm not going to bring him in because he did grow for some reason. A lot of RFAs available again. We do need a right winger. Do I want to bring in Donald Ledet? Yeah, you know what? We'll bring in Donald Ledet. I don't know if he ever played for Dallas. I think he might have for 1 year. I could be wrong. We'll give him 1 year. See if he wants to sign with us. Because I was preferring a right winger because we did not have a lot of right wingers. And then we also need a depth forward. So let's start by role. Let's see if we could find that perfect depth forward for us. Hopefully we get all these guys because it would be nice to have like a deep team. So Ted Drury might be interesting, as well as, who is this? Cam Stewart. He's a physical guy. He's a grinder, but that's something we don't have. So you know what? We'll bring in Cam Stewart, former Boston Bruin. And that will be our signings. Sorry about that. I'm trying to lose my voice already this morning. I still have to record 1 more episode after this because, yeah, I need to always record Monday episodes on Friday. So let's advance a couple days, see if we get those guys. And then I will probably end the episode around there, just because that way I could show you guys the rest of the free agent signings and stuff for next episode. And this episode doesn't run until like 30 minutes or so. So there's a trade. Scott Stevens and Ken Danico go to Edmonton for Doyle Enriquez. So it looks like New Jersey's headed into rebuild territory, which is weird because around the stages when they won the Stanley Cup, I'm pretty sure. So Hauda has signed with us, which is good. Cam Stewart as well. No. Oh, man, that's a big loss. So unfortunately, we didn't offer Al McInnes enough, and he signs in Buffalo. So we're going to still have to find a defenseman, but Adet signs with us, but damn it. Buffalo gets them. So the 2 teams that met in the Stanley Cup Finals in '99 end up going head-to-head and finding out finding a defenseman. And we lose Al McInnes. Damn, that sucks. Don Sweeney now used to play actually for Dallas for 1 year in the 2000s. So, yeah, we'll bring him in. He's a good defenseman for like our penalty kill. A lot of teams are interested in him. But we'll bump this up a bit to like 5.6. He might not want to accept because... we'll go 2 years at 5.6. Just because the fact that there's a lot of other teams interested in him, he might go for a multi-year deal. So, yeah, let's advance a couple of days, see if we get Sweeney at least. And no, I'm not making any trades, computer. Once we get Sweeney, we'll probably end this episode. Yeah, we got Sweeney, that's good. Okay, so anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this episode of our Dallas Stars franchise mode. So in next episode, we'll sim to the start of the year, whatever season it's in, year 5 or year 6, I think. We'll take a look at our lines, and then we'll start up the season simulation. We'll also take a look at any free agency signings that happen in this offseason throughout it as well. And yeah, we'll probably get up to close to the trade deadline for the end of next episode. So anyways, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time.